Project 613, day 133. We're still learning the mitzvah of Meiser, tithing, the obligation that every Jew in the land of Israel who has land and harvests a crop, you have an obligation to separate certain taxes, and one of those taxes is the 10% that is given to the Levite. It turns out that after all the different taxes that were separated, approximately 20% is not going to the owner, is going to various other causes, either to the Koyanim, to the Levites, either eaten in Jerusalem, or to the poor, depending on the year. Now, this concept of tithing is not only relevant to those who own land in Israel and are farming and have a harvest and crops at the end of the season. The concept of tithing is also applied to the general obligation of every single Jew to give charity. Our sages tell us that if a person has earnings, and everyone has earnings, whether it's from a job, from a business, you found something, an inheritance, a gift, everyone has an obligation to separate charity from those earnings. And the minimum amount that we are obligated to give is 10%, similar to this 10% tax that every single farmer had to give to the Levites in the land of Israel. 10% is the minimum, and we are encouraged to give at least 20% of the earnings. When it comes to a business, the 10% is separated from that which is left after paying the business expenses and taxes. And who should you give this money to? Well, you can give it to the poor. You can also give it to Jewish organizations that promote Torah study, that educate. They also need support. And giving of that tax money, so to speak, that Jewish tax, that 10% or 20%, giving it to the poor or to a Torah organization is acceptable and appropriate. One might think, well, I worked so hard to earn that money, don't I deserve it all? And the truth of the matter is that all of our earnings is a blessing from God. And God is good to us, and He says, you keep 80%, you keep 90%, but I want you to give 10 or 20% to charity. And in fact, God goes even further and says, test me. If you give charity, I promise you that you are going to get much more in return. I will give you a lot more money than the money that you give to charity. And God says, please test me in this mitzvah. Thank you all for watching. More tomorrow.